The popular skills for career in agriculture, and now that we are focusing to those students in agriculture, I have put them in two categories, definitely. The hard skills and the soft skills. The hard skills are specifically for Rwanda. This is because 2019 we carried out a skills audit in the agricultural sector, even other sectors, and this is what we got out as the skills gaps. So these would be the skills for students, but who intend to come and work in Rwanda, because that will be a fresh ground for them now that we discovered that there are gaps there. So I just gave an outline of them for people who are in agriculture would understand what all this means. But we have issues in post-harvest. I think for you who live here, you have been hearing issues about that. We have issues in crop protection. We have issues in crop biotechnology. Then horticulturists, although this is broad, but through the value chain of horticulture, there are areas where the gaps are missing. Crop breeding, certification and standards, especially an institution like NAEB, where there is a need to certificate to give certification and quality assurance and standards of the products that are there in, like coffee and tea. There is a gap there. Greenhouse management. Then again, post-harvest comes in again. Now, specifically, if you look at the horticulture and the coffee and tea subsectors, those that I have highlighted here are the areas where there are skills needed. Up to soft skills, which is an issue that most students, especially when they are studying, don't put they don't seem to see it as an issue. They are after passing the exams, getting the best grades, but they don't look at that part of soft skills. And so it is also very important that a student in that career should have that part also and get it and grab it. And then when he goes to, he or she goes to the transitions to the world of work, then there are no issues. So some of the most popular, I haven't written all of them, and neither are they put in terms of importance, but I have picked some of them. One is creativity. It's something that is commonly referred to as thinking out of the box. You will go to a place of work, you will be challenged, you will have some issues, but you have to think out of the box. You do something that is out of the normal and be creative. Problem solving. Most of the employers want to see problems solved there and then. Difficult issues, getting solutions there and then. And so good problem solvers have come out to emerge as the best, especially as in terms of getting jobs and doing jobs very well. Okay, you have asked a question that some of my people I have always interviewed on the panels have asked. and I've said, you said you wanted 5 years experience. Where do we get experience when we are at school? Okay. These days, to me, I wouldn't look at the experience in terms of the years you have finished. I would look at how a candidate positions him or herself in the issues. Now, you may come, first of all, how do you write your resume? Your resume may tell some people who you are and who you are not. Now, you need to write it, or you need to tell people or the employer, prospective employers, in a very candid way, and you position yourself that you are able to do things, even those that may seem to be difficult. We have a number of interventions and resources. I can highlight 3 of them. The first one is we partnered with LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I think you know, most of you should be knowing it. It's a professional platform which people share their careers and their experiences and so on and so forth. So we did partner with the LinkedIn, and we have been encouraging a number of people, especially those in diaspora, to give in their information by registering on LinkedIn, so that when we need information, or maybe there are those who have approached us and they need people with such a skills, we can easily get them. Oftentimes we have had a number of webinars with the different people, and we have included the diaspora world using our embassies and high commissions in outside, of course, outside the world. We have also, of course, with the facilitation and support from MINAFED. We have another resource, which is it's actually on our website. It's called Quora. Quora, I don't know, for those who don't know, it's a platform where people who are in need of jobs or who are looking for jobs, and also institutions which have positions or career positions, normally post and even interact. So this is a platform that you post your name, you give in your name, you give in what you studied, and then also the people who have employers also post in the job positions that are available. The prospects are, apart from the pandemic, which has affected most of the sectors, the prospects are quite, I should say, really, they are quite big. There are many, and one can look at them in the angles of self-employment and also just being employed. Now, if maybe I tackle it beginning with self-employment. I will give an example of these students who went to Israel for internship. They came up and they have formed cooperatives, and they are doing quite well. The feedback we have gotten from them is that they are doing quite well. So you can be self-employed. And agriculture is not like any other sector whereby you say that I have to do this or the other. It's not inventing the wheel. Things are there, but you need to go into them. Of course, I'm imagining that people, your students there, especially those from Nebraska, have a various, I mean, a broad way of experience, something that has been happening in the US and many other parts they have visited. And so they can bring that and apply it here. They can customize it and do it the best way so that it can work for them. So that is part of self-employment. The next question you probably are going to ask me, where will we get the funding or the finance to start such a business? I'm not, of course, in their pockets. Some may be able to do it, but I can also promise that there are ways of getting finance. We have PDF, which has been supporting young professionals. We have access to finance. It's also another area where you can access funds. There, if you visit their websites, you can get the details of how the finances are there. So that is part of self-employment and entrepreneurship. On part of being employed, I have indicated where the skills gaps are. Definitely, these sectors, these subsectors, will need to fill those positions that are vacant. We need to fill those skills that are needed. So they can definitely be, they will be absorbed. Of course, there you don't have a hand because they will have to first invite people to apply. But I would say that since there are gaps and they are needed, then there are prospects there.